service where we'll remember those who came before us and gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we can have the freedoms that we enjoy today. Year on year, since 1919, the UK has held Remembrance services on the 11th day of the 11th month, on the 11th hour, marking the time the armistice was signed at the end of World War I. This year, we're asked to stay away from cenotaphs like this one in Lancet Major and take time to remember where we are. It's important to note that we're not just looking at the world wars, but we're also remembering those who died in conflict since, like the Falklands, like Bosnia, like Afghanistan and like Iraq. War is a human invention that scars those who fight in them, but also those who are innocent bystanders and those who've been left behind. In biblical times, the kings of Israel marched their troops to war to face their enemies, and you can imagine there were civilian casualties there. In more modern times, there were some 355 casualties during World War II as a consequence of dropping 2,100 bombs on the city. War is not what God wanted when he set about creating the earth. It's a sign of a broken world in need of healing. It will end, and we're promised it will end. Psalm 76 says, God is renowned in Judah. In Israel his name is great. His tent is in Salem, his dwelling place in Zion. There he broke the flashing arrows, the shields and the swords, the weapons of war. Jesus told us not to be afraid of these terrible things. He said in Mark chapter 13, when you hear of wars and rumours of wars, do not be alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Jesus is still in control, come what may. He told us this has to happen. He told his disciples he had to die for there to be eternal life. Ultimately, death has been defeated. It is finished. But for the moment, until he comes again, we remember those who paid the ultimate price. I read a poem called For the Fallen, and then Pete will sound the last post. With proud thanksgiving, a mother for her children, Britain mourns for her dead across the sea. Flesh of her flesh they were, spirit of her spirit, fallen in the cause of the free. Solemn the drums thrill, death august and royal, sings sorrow into immortal spheres. There is music in the midst of desolation, and a glory that shines upon our tears. They went with songs to the battle, they were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds encountered, they fell with their faces to the foe. They shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. They mingle not with their laughing comrades again, they sit no more at familiar tables of home. They have no lot in our labour of the daytime, they sleep beyond Britain's foe. But where our desires are, and our hopes profound, felt as a wellspring that is hidden from sight, to the innermost heart of their own land they are known, as the stars are known to the night. As the stars that shall be bright when we are dust, moving in marches upon the heavenly plain. As to the stars that starry in the time of our darkness, to the end they remain.